I am Oluwaseyi Adedayo. Welcome to Groovy Arena, my life-changing point. What makes our channel different from others is because we attend to matters that are life-encompassing. We provide professional help. We give professional advice in career choice, in health, relationship, leadership, life skills, among others. So, in light of our description, today is the World Menstrual Hygiene Day, 28th May 2022. The people all over the world is celebrating this day, and Groovy Arena is standing as an advocate group to create awareness about this World Menstrual Hygiene Day and tell the people what Menstrual Hygiene Day is all about. Today, millions of women and girls are stigmatized for numerous reasons, such as being born as a girl child, participating in sports, and they are being discriminated simply because they menstruate. This is how our body naturally functions. We are women and we are girls, and that's the way God has created us to be. People in the society, they have continued to prevent some girls, women from getting quality education and fully participate in everyday life. Why May 28th? Even though we recognize that not everyone who menstruates identifies as a woman and that not all women menstruate. So one reason why this day is being celebrated is to break taboos and end the stigma surrounding menstruation. We raise awareness about the challenges regarding access to menstrual products, education about menstruation, and the last is to mobilize the funding required for action at large scale. So this year's theme for the World Menstrual Hygiene Day is We Are Committed. So everywhere you are to celebrate this day with Groovy Arena, please, on your social media handles, just do hashtag We Are Committed, hashtag MHD28. And now we want to talk about the purpose for this year's theme. 3 years ago, the Menstrual Hygiene Day movement has been calling for more action about menstrual health and hygiene, and we have been using the hashtag It's Time for Action as our rally cry. But to catalyze our progress, to move forward, we want to shift from calling for action to leading by example by ourselves, by committing to action. Remember, we have talked about the series of commitments and we know how important commitment is. In today's World Menstrual Hygiene Day, we are leading by example and we are committing to action. Therefore, we have a global symbol for menstruation, as you can see in the picture. The bracelets, the round one, the one that looks like love. You can see the ends putting on the bracelet with 2 different colors. This red represents 5 average length of a period, while the 28 stands for the average length of the cycle. This is created by the MHD. This is the menstruation bracelet and is a global symbol for menstruation. So Groovy Arena is advocating for end period stigma, end period poverty, period education for all, period friendly toilets for all. Please, wherever you are, hashtag Groovy Arena, hashtag MHD 2022, hashtag We Are Committed, hashtag end period stigma, hashtag end period poverty, hashtag period education for all, hashtag period friendly toilets for all. Just pick any of the hashtags of your choice. Let people know that today is the World Menstrual Hygiene Day. So in the light of this, we have what we call period stigma, which is also known as menstruation stigma. It is a broad concept for the discrimination that is faced by people who menstruate, starting from excessive bleeding and pain to hormonal changes and period poverty. Many people suffer in silence due to this menstruation stigma. Now, some people because of these strong taboos, they are often reluctant to ask for help or seek for support from people, especially even while trying to ask for free products such as sanitary pads. And it is not their fault. They are being discriminated, verbal shamed, like they are being shamed by the verbal words used by people on them. Some people call them dirty, some people call them unclean, some people even say that they are excluded or expelled in a particular religion. I mean, all these words alone are enough to cause a kind of mental health problem. Okay? So we want to know how period stigma manifests, how it happens. There are numerous ways that period stigma manifests, and one of them is discrimination. The discrimination faced by someone menstruating may be small and it may be large. It is often harmful, regardless of whether it's a light-hearted joke or the perpetuation of a belief that isn't true. Even as a joke, the period stigma manifests with accusations that people who are menstruating, they behave in insensitive manner, they are sharp in their actions, and sometimes they are aggressive. Some countries even go as far as proclaiming that menstruating people don't function well at work. And we see that idea has no basis in the reality. And we have some culture, some tradition, whereby when someone is in their period, they must sleep separately from their husbands. They don't get to mingle with people. From the time that they are doing their menstruation till when they end it, they are separate from the people. They are termed being impure for the duration of their menstruation until they have a kind of a special bath. Those are the ways that the girl child or women are being discriminated. Another thing is discussions about periods are taboos. Rarely people talk about menstruation, so they use different codes such as anti-flow, the cause. You use the word that time of the month. Sometimes we use the word code red. So by refusing to speak about menstruation in a very straightforward way, one way or the other, we perpetuate the idea that it's not acceptable to be discussed daylight. So when someone needs a supply such as sanitary pad, they generally ask a friend or their colleague in a hushed manner that people don't hear. At that point in time, they don't want to feel embarrassed. They see that time as an embarrassing moment if other people knows about it. Then the third way period stigma manifests is lack of access to supplies. Even though this problem is notable in many countries, developing countries, it is also common here in Nigeria. For example, many secondary school students, they struggle with a lack of access to menstrual products. Many people just find themselves menstruating and they don't even know how to take care of themselves. They are already stained. Maybe now their friends that now call their attention to it. Many people are poor that they cannot even purchase one sanitary pad. They cannot afford the sanitation supplies. This makes them to either stay at home and they don't attend schools or they don't go to their place of work. Many people, to avoid going to school, they resort in everyday materials like newspaper. They use their socks, and all these things can actually lead to infection. So as Groovy Arena advocating for this day, how do we normalize menstruation? The first thing is we discuss periods openly without shame. We talk about it without being shameful about it. That is the simplest action we can take to end period stigma. We talk about it with our friends, with our families, with our work colleagues, with acquaintances, or even on a broader scale, just like as I am doing right now. Talk about it in open air. So we should not use code words again. We should not use harsh tones again, like silent tones. Those around us will grow to get used to hearing about menstruation as the normal and natural biological function that is it. So please let us start talking about menstruation. And the second way we can normalize menstruation is normalizing it in our places of work and in school. How do we do that? We know that we have educational policy in different countries of the world, and even in workplaces we have workplace policy. So policy about this can be raised or can be established to help end period stigma by ensuring that anyone menstruating can have access to all the needed supplies. More so, people who menstruate should not be separated or punished for doing so. Should be noted for young boys not to discriminate any girl child while in school. And the last one is getting affordable sanitary products. Thank God nowadays we now have sanitary products in such a way that if you can't buy everything at once, you can purchase one. But in all, we still need government will work on price policy on sanitary products so that everyone who can afford it will be able to afford it, because sanitary products is most safe, instead of people now trying to use napkins, trying to use towels, which is not safe and capable of bringing infection to them. So just like we have mental health problems for people who are being discriminated, so also we talk about the menstrual benefits of period normalization. One of them is there is less stress, there is less worry, the feeling of shame stops, it increases their self-esteem, and there is a healthy society. So conclusively, we should know that menstrual cycle and health education should be for all females, all girl child, all women, beginning from primary school, including boys. So this education should continue throughout secondary school. We provide adequate and safe environments, sustainable products that are freely available to people who menstruate. I'm sure that we have some non-profitable organizations that will be out on this day to distribute sanitary pads freely. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain of today's video. You can see the bracelet, get the picture, have the bracelet, hashtag MHD 2022, hashtag we are committed, hashtag end period stigma, hashtag let it be on your status throughout today to celebrate girls and women all over the world. Thank you for watching. Please kindly subscribe, like, share and comment. See you in the next video. Bye.